It's good morning, Tracy Sheen. Thank you for joining us for the first time at Yellow Shelf.
I know, first time. I'm so excited.
Tracy, you're a seasoned author, so it is your first time here with me. Thank you for saying yes to Yellow Shelf. Congratulations, your book is, well, it's ready for pre-order, out probably next week. Your book, AI and You, Reimagine Business. Congratulations. Tell us all about it,
Thank you.
Tracy.
Well, it's literally a nine-step framework that a few of my clients kind of sat me down and went, you have a really clear pathway that helped me get from here to here. And I was like, I do. So thank you to my beautiful clients who helped me figure that out. And we reversed engineered my long rambling conversations and figured out. So I built the framework around the word reimagine because I really think we are in a time and a space now where it's just completely transforming everything. So it's not like it's an upgrade. We cannot think about business the way that we always have. So it really is time to kind of reimagine everything.
Yeah. And Tracy, I was telling my kids, I have youngish kids, that I was talking to you today, and I described you as a tech expert, but as well as somebody who'd written a book making it easy to understand AI. Is that a fair enough assessment?
Yeah, look, fair play. I am also neurospicy. So I have ADHD and autism, and I've been playing with this stuff since I was a kid. So although I am, in my 50s and proudly Gen X, I really like being able to look at my fellow Gen Xers and go, no, you don't get away with this. It's too
Yes.
hard. We didn't grow up with this. If I can do this,
Yeah.
you have no excuse.
Yeah. Well, and I'm one of those fellow Gen Xers, so
Awesome. You
exactly
have
right
no
answer.
excuse.
Exactly. And Tracy, tell us about, you've written books before. Tell
Mhm.
us about this book. Why was the time now right to write this one? And yeah, like what were your clients asking for?
Yeah. So I just didn't want people to get left behind. So, like I said, I've been playing with this stuff literally since I was a kid, pulling apart digital scales on my parents' workshop floor. And what I saw was the same thing that I went through with mobile phones in the 90s when I first started selling and getting involved in technology. There was a bunch of people that are like, oh my God, I need to have this, give it to me now. And a bunch of people that were like, putting their head in the sand or being a bit of a turtle and going, oh, I'm just going to la la la, it's not happening, everything's going to be okay. And my concern is it's going to create this big digital divide if we don't, start at least being curious and starting to have a bit of a play and a look around at what's out there. So I thought, well, here we go. I've got
Yeah.
to step up and take the baton. So that was how it all kicked off.
And it's a real easy, engaging read. I think you
Thank you.
you talk about, making it easy for businesses to streamline simple things like marketing,
Mhm.
client and customer service, as well as operations. So it's very practical.
Yeah, and look, it's not, even though I wrote it for my small business people, the one thing that has come back to me tenfold is that you can be an employee, you
Yeah.
can be,
A
career
parent.
long person, a parent. The framework is the same. If you take yourself through, starting with relationships and keeping the human at the center of everything, then it's going to set you up for success with however you look at this whole AI journey.
Yeah. And, we were mentioning just before we hit record, that we still know people who are nervous to embrace the transition and the
Mm.
shift that really we need to lean into. So it's a great starter, isn't it? Your book to kind of get people to start to get comfortable.
Yeah, and look, I totally get it. This feels big, and the media has certainly, done their best to beat it up to make it, like a little bit kind of doom and gloom and, the Terminator's around the corner type thing. So I understand why people are a little bit apprehensive. But it's just, we've lived through so many changes, Joanna, from,
Yeah.
like microwaves and fax machines and, God, I can remember color TV coming in when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
So this is just the next thing.
Yep.
Yes, I believe it's bigger, but we don't need to put, too much more stress on our shoulders about it. We've done this stuff before. Let's just, crack on.
Yeah. And Tracy, tell us, how do we connect with you? If you're curious, you've got a couple of fabulous websites, obviously your own name and then a business name. Tell us about those. Tell us how we connect with you in the book if we're curious.
Yeah, look, I mean, you can pretty much send a smoke signal up for me. I'm that, that much everywhere. Obviously, LinkedIn, Tracy
Yeah.
Sheen is an easy way. Google my name, but I do have AI and U, as in the letter U, the vowel, not YOU, is the website for the book.
Yep.
Tracy Sheen is my speaker website, and then the digital guide is my business. So lots of opportunities. They can pretty much stumble over me by accident if they really want to. I'm
Aw-
everywhere. I'm like Chicken Man.
Awesome. Awesome. Tracy, I'll make it easy for everyone watching and listening. I'll put it in the show notes.
Thank you.
Somehow I think this will not be your last book, Tracy. Is that fair to say?
Well, look, I'm just about to become a digital nomad.
Ah,
So we have sold our house. We're moving into a van full time. We're totally tech geeking it out.
wow.
So already people are going, hey, there's a book in like living and
Digital.
working
Yeah.
as a digital nomad. So I'm like, oh, let me get over this one first. But sure, I think that might be the next book.
Yeah, well, enjoy the ride of this book. I think that's the first.
Thank you.
Enjoy that journey. And look, if you do write more, I would love you to come back. I know we were
Yeah, I
chatting.
love
We may
that.
even run into each other at South by Southwest Sydney, which would be fabulous later in the year. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with the book.
Thank you so much for having me.
Cheers.